Sea bass is a fish that contains healthy omega-3 fatty acids. Now, obviously, you can actually have mackerel and anchovies, salmon. Those will have the omega-3s.
Meet Dr. William Li, a world-renowned Harvard-trained medical doctor, researcher, and president and founder of the Angiogenesis Foundation. His work has led to more than 40 FDA-approved therapeutics and devices for cancer, cardiovascular disease, wound healing, and vision loss. He is also a New York Times best-selling author of Eat to Beat Disease: The New Science of How Your Body Can Heal Itself, and Eat to Beat Diet: Burn Fat, Heal Your Metabolism, and Live Longer. Disclaimer: the information provided in this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Do not disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have read or seen in this video. With the rise of cancer, finding effective ways to combat it is more crucial than ever. Recent research has highlighted the significant role diet can play in both cancer prevention and treatment. One such approach is the ketogenic diet, which not only aids in weight management but also offers profound health benefits. In this video, we'll explore 9 ketogenic foods that Dr. Li recommends for fighting cancer and reducing inflammation. Salmon.
Anchovies are high in omega-3 fatty acids, and that's really good for your metabolism.
Salmon is a widely recommended food ingredient because of its high nutritional content and proven anti-cancer properties. Dr. Li highlights the abundance of omega-3 polyunsaturated fats, PUFAs, found in salmon, which are well known for their numerous health benefits. One of the key advantages of these omega-3 PUFAs is their anti-angiogenic properties, which help prevent the formation of new blood vessels that tumors require to spread. This makes salmon a fantastic option for anyone looking to reduce their risk of cancer. Omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids from salmon inhibit the growth of new blood vessels and significantly shield our DNA from damage caused by harmful free radicals, which can lead to cancer. These antioxidant properties of omega-3 PUFAs combat free radicals, protecting DNA from damage. Additionally, these healthy fats aid in the body's ability to repair damaged DNA, which is crucial for halting the spread of malignant cells. Dr. Li also stresses the importance of selecting the ideal variety of salmon to maximize benefits and minimize risks. Consuming wild salmon or farmed salmon with lower levels of pollutants is recommended. Wild salmon, due to its natural habitat and diet, often contains fewer toxins. However, farmed salmon can also be a good choice if sourced from areas with lower contamination levels. By choosing salmon with lower pollution levels, people can minimize their exposure to potential carcinogens and reap the health benefits of omega-3 fatty acids, such as EPA and DHA. This careful selection supports efforts to improve overall health and wellness, thereby reducing the risk of cancer. Studies conducted by the National Cancer Institute and Harvard Medical School have demonstrated the impact of marine omega-3 PUFAs on cancer. A high consumption of these fatty acids was associated with a 46% decreased risk of aggressive colon tumors with unstable DNA in a study involving 1,125 individuals with colorectal cancer. Consuming the daily recommended amount of omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids found in a 3.5-ounce portion of salmon significantly decreased the occurrence of these deadly tumors. This underscores the importance of including omega-3 rich seafood, such as salmon, in your diet to support DNA stability and repair, thereby reducing the risk of cancer. If you found this video valuable so far, please like and subscribe to support the channel. Chicken thigh.
Sometimes I'll have a little chicken. If I have chicken, I'll actually have the dark meat, because the dark meat, which is usually from thigh, will normally contain more vitamin K2.
A tasty and nutrient-dense component of a ketogenic diet that can aid in the battle against cancer is chicken thighs. While chicken breasts are often regarded as the healthiest portion of the bird due to their lower fat content, dark meats like thighs and drumsticks have specific health benefits of their own, especially when the fat is removed. Dr. Li stresses the advantages of these chicken parts due to their excellent nutritional profile and other health-promoting qualities. Menaquinone, also known as vitamin K2, is a fat-soluble vitamin created by bacteria, and chicken thighs are an excellent source of this vitamin. Vitamin K2 has strong anti-angiogenic qualities, which means it can prevent the formation of new blood vessels that tumors require to live, unlike vitamin K1 found in plants. Dr. Li claims that this is why vitamin K2 is so crucial in the fight against cancer. Because they contain vitamin K2, chicken thighs make a great addition to any diet plan aimed at preventing cancer. The potential of vitamin K2, present in chicken thighs, to prevent cancer, particularly prostate cancer, has been the subject of numerous investigations. Vitamin K2 can inhibit the growth of prostate cancer cells, as demonstrated by a study published in Evidence-Based Complementary and Alternative Medicine. It accomplishes this by lowering the quantities of specific proteins in the cancer cells and inducing apoptosis, a form of cell death. In addition to its anti-inflammatory qualities, vitamin K2 also helps reduce inflammation within the body. According to the study, vitamin K2 can stop cancer cells from proliferating and migrating, two activities essential for tumor growth. It has been found that vitamin K2 can prevent animals from developing prostate cancer. Dr. Li emphasizes these results, suggesting that consuming chicken thighs could help shield against cancer. Vitamin K2 has additional advantages beyond its anti-cancer capabilities. It is also essential for heart health. Research indicates that increasing consumption of foods high in vitamin K2 lowers a person's chance of significant arterial stiffness due to plaque formation by 52% and their risk of dying from heart disease by 57%. This is because K2 inhibits angiogenesis, necessary for the development of plaque. Menaquinone prevents the body from producing cholesterol and also prevents artery stiffness. Dr. Li emphasizes the role that vitamin K2 plays in preserving general cardiovascular health. Cheese.
Visceral fat expands naturally when you consume too many calories.
With more than 900 types, cheese has a long and impressive history and remains a staple in many diets today. Although cheese contains high levels of sodium and saturated fats, it also boasts significant nutrients like vitamin K2, produced as a byproduct of the bacterial starters used in cheese making. Dr. Li emphasizes the substantial health advantages of vitamin K2 present in various cheeses. According to a Maastricht University study, the highest levels of vitamin K2 are found in cheeses such as Munster, Gouda, Camembert, Edam, Stilton, and Emmental. Jarlsberg cheese also contains significant concentrations of this essential vitamin. As noted by Dr. Li, these cheeses can have vitamin K2 content similar to that of chicken thighs, making them an excellent addition to a diet aimed at preventing cancer. The EPIC Heidelberg project followed 23,340 participants for up to 14 years to investigate the relationship between vitamin K intake and cancer. The researchers found that cheese was the main source of vitamin K2 for this group. They discovered that consuming the daily recommended dose of vitamin K2, equivalent to 1 to 3 slices of cheese, was linked to a 62% decreased risk of lung cancer. A similar study, which excluded women, found a 35% lower risk of prostate cancer in those who consumed the K2 found in 2 slices of cheese each day. These results suggest that cheese may be used as a dietary supplement to lower the risk of cancer. Cheese also promotes heart health, a primary focus of Dr. Li's research. Despite its high levels of sodium and saturated fat, studies have shown that eating cheese in moderation can be beneficial. For instance, consuming more foods high in K2 was linked to a 57% lower risk of dying from heart disease and a 52% lower chance of severe arterial stiffness from plaque deposition. This is because K2 inhibits angiogenesis, necessary for plaque development, and prevents the body from producing cholesterol, further delaying artery hardening. Dr. Li uses these findings to emphasize the numerous health advantages of cheese. Cheese is also beneficial for the digestive tract. Many bacteria found in the starter cultures needed to make cheese produce lactic acid, which gives cheese its distinct flavors and textures and turns milk into curds and whey. Every variety of cheese has a unique microbiome, shaped by the conditions under which it is raised and developed. Cheese contains live bacteria and their beneficial metabolites, which support a healthy gut microbiota. Gouda and Parmigiano Reggiano are two cheeses that have shown significant health advantages. Lactobacillus casei and Lactobacillus rhamnosus, helpful bacteria found in Parmigiano Reggiano, benefit numerous illnesses, including postpartum depression, diabetes, cancer, and obesity. Gouda, made from cow's milk, has a diversified microbiome with over 20 distinct types of bacteria and vitamin K2. These cheeses support a healthy gut flora in addition to providing vital nutrients. Certain cheeses also contain substances like conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, which may have anti-cancer qualities. Studies indicate that CLA might aid in the prevention of breast cancer. Cheese has been shown to contain calcium and vitamin D, both of which reduce the incidence of breast cancer. Researchers looked at the effect of dairy products on the risk of breast cancer in a study published in BMC Cancer. They examined information from 36 trials with more than 1 million individuals. Cheese and other dairy products may help lower the risk of breast cancer due to the calcium, vitamin D, and CLA they contain. CLA, in particular, helps prevent a specific kind of breast cancer by causing apoptosis and lowering the amounts of important proteins in cancer cells. Numerous studies have linked vitamin D, another important component of cheese, to a lower risk of breast cancer. The study highlights the importance of considering various dairy products when determining a person's risk of breast cancer. While general dairy consumption may not affect breast cancer risk, specific dairy products like cheese may have special preventive qualities. Tomato.
Tomatoes, one of my favorites, contain a bioactive called lycopene that's been shown to improve your circulation, lower the risk of prostate cancer and breast cancer, and also improves your metabolism by burning away harmful body fat.
Although tomatoes are technically considered a fruit, they have a long history that begins in Mesoamerica. They are sometimes categorized as vegetables. Brought to Europe by Spanish explorers, tomatoes were first used in traditional Mexican recipes. Europeans initially believed tomatoes were toxic and connected them to the deadly nightshade plant. However, tomatoes were first embraced by the peasantry in Italy before becoming a mainstay of Italian cuisine. Today, tomatoes are consumed worldwide in various forms, including fresh, dried, powdered, concentrated, canned, and as ingredients in sauces and drinks. In addition to being incredibly versatile, tomatoes also have strong anti-cancer properties. This is due to the presence of significant chemicals, such as carotenoids like lycopene, beta-cryptoxanthin, and rutin. Lycopene, in particular, has been demonstrated to stop the growth of new blood vessels that cancers require to spread. Dr. Li highlights that tomato skins contain 3 to 5 times more lycopene than tomato flesh. Lycopene becomes more readily available in tomatoes when they are cooked, especially when cooked in oil like olive oil, which triples the amount of lycopene absorbed. Several studies have shown that tomatoes are especially beneficial for prostate cancer. The Harvard Health Professionals follow-up study, which examined 46,719 men, found that consuming 2 to 3 cups of tomato sauce per week was linked to a 30% lower risk of prostate cancer. Additionally, men who consumed more tomato sauce had a lower incidence of cancerous growths that transformed into blood vessels. Research published in the journal Biology indicates that tomatoes have several anti-cancer properties. Besides lycopene, another component called beta-carotene helps kill cancer cells by preventing them from reproducing. The study also highlights the presence of phenolic chemicals and vitamins, such as ferulic acid and vitamin C, in tomatoes that aid in the fight against cancer. Vitamin C reduces the risk of stomach cancer by lessening toxins that damage DNA, while ferulic acid modifies the gene activity of cancer cells. Dr. Li concurs with these findings, underscoring the powerful anti-cancer properties of tomatoes. The lycopene content in tomato varieties varies. For instance, cherry tomatoes contain 24% more lycopene than other varieties. The Italian San Marzano tomato, known for its strong, distinctive flavor, has one of the highest lycopene contents, making it ideal for a variety of recipes. The body absorbs cis-lycopene more readily when present in higher natural concentrations, as found in tangerine tomatoes. An Ohio State University study showed that tangerine tomato juice has an 8.5-fold higher blood absorption capacity than conventional red tomato juice. Moreover, a tomato-rich diet, like the Mediterranean diet, is associated with a decreased risk of cancer. This diet blocks cancerous pathways by emphasizing the consumption of tomatoes, olive oil, and red wine. Dr. Li supports these findings, suggesting that consuming a lot of tomatoes may help prevent cancer. Garlic.
You don't recognize these. These are garlic scapes. This is actually the tops of garlic.
Dr. Li highlights the potent health advantages of garlic, particularly when it is aged. For millennia, people have prized garlic for its therapeutic qualities. It was frequently included in medicinal tonics and utilized by the ancient Greeks to increase the power of athletes and soldiers. Fresh garlic has a strong smell, but as it ages, it almost completely loses its fragrance while still retaining powerful health benefits. Supplements made from aged garlic include bioactive substances like apigenin, which have a strong immune-boosting effect. During the cold and flu season, researchers at the University of Florida examined the impact of aged garlic on the immune systems of 160 healthy men and women. Participants were divided into two groups. One group received aged garlic extract for 90 days, while the other received a placebo. According to blood tests and sickness diaries, individuals who took aged garlic had much higher levels of natural killer, NK, and immunological T cells in their bloodstream than those who took a placebo. The NK cells were 30% more active, and these T cells could reproduce 8 times quicker. Those who took garlic reported a 20% reduction in cold and flu symptoms, a 60% decrease in severe sickness episodes, and a 58% reduction in missed work days. Japan's Kyoto Prefecture University of Medicine conducted another study focusing on incurably sick cancer patients. Following a 6-month course of aged garlic supplementation, these individuals exhibited elevated NK cell activity. This implies that aged garlic may enhance immune responses that combat cancer, particularly in immunotherapy patients. Garlic contains sulfur compounds that can halt cancer cells from growing in lab mice before they become full-fledged tumors, according to a study published in Cancer Prevention Research. This study demonstrates the potential of garlic as a natural cancer prevention tool. The study also implies that the bioactive ingredients in garlic may lower the incidence of cancer in people. Scientists are able to create novel approaches to cancer prevention and treatment by gaining insight into the actions of these substances. Tree nuts.
Tree nuts can have tremendous benefits for the gut microbiome, which then helps your immune system fight cancer.
Dr. Li emphasizes the strong anti-cancer properties of tree nuts. Tree nuts, such as almonds, cashews, chestnuts, macadamias, pecans, pine nuts, pistachios, and walnuts, are high in nutrients and can significantly reduce the incidence of cancer. A major European study found that eating 1.5 servings, about 22 walnut halves, of tree nuts per day was associated with a 31% decreased risk of colon cancer. More strikingly, a study conducted by 13 esteemed cancer centers, including the University of Chicago, Harvard University, Duke University, and the University of California, San Francisco, found that eating just 2 servings of tree nuts per week was linked to a 53% lower risk of death for patients with stage II colon cancer. Nuts may help fight cancer due to the unique substances they contain that influence the growth and transformation of body cells during tumor formation. These substances derived from nuts have the power to repair DNA damage, control cell division and proliferation, kill cells, prevent cancer cells from proliferating, and stop cells from invading other tissues. Nuts also affect how our bodies metabolize lipids and energy, which may contribute to their anti-cancer effects, as suggested by a study published in the journal Cancer Epidemiology, Biomarkers, and Prevention. Research has shown that nuts contain beneficial plant chemicals that may help prevent cancer development, including ellagic acid, tocopherols, tocotrienols, omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, resveratrol, quercetin, and others. For example, research published in the journal Cancer Investigation indicates that eating walnuts may prevent prostate cancer cells in mice from proliferating. Nuts are also a fantastic source of several healthy elements that can help fight cancer, such as alpha-tocopherol, phytosterols, phenolic compounds, and selenium. These components vary depending on the type of nut. For instance, different types of healthful chemicals can be found in peanuts, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, almonds, and walnuts. Sauerkraut.
I generally tell people that the wisdom of the Mediterranean diet or the Asian diet is pretty much on track. So if you can find something healthy that you like, that you would cook yourself with whole foods along those genres, you're probably getting something that's good for your gut microbiome.
Dr. Li highlights sauerkraut's potent anti-cancer qualities. The tangy and delicious dish known as sauerkraut, full of healthy bacteria and frequently served as a condiment, is made from fermented cabbage. Up to 5 trillion bacteria can be produced per cup of sauerkraut by lactobacilli, which produce lactic acid when thinly sliced cabbage is fermented. Originally from China, sauerkraut was imported to Europe and quickly established itself as a mainstay in German and Slavic cuisines. Shredded cabbage is salted and allowed to ferment with airborne bacteria to form sauerkraut. During fermentation, many bacteria collaborate, but Lactobacillus plantarum finally emerges as the most prevalent one. Numerous probiotics contain this beneficial gut flora, which lowers intestinal inflammation and improves health. Additionally, the fermentation process in cabbage produces new beneficial chemicals. For instance, during fermentation, the glucosinolates in cabbage break down into smaller components known as isothiocyanates. These substances have the ability to eradicate cancer cells directly and prevent them from forming new blood vessels, which is a prerequisite for the spread of cancer. Studies by the Finnish Natural Resources Institute discovered that sauerkraut has a higher isothiocyanate content than raw cabbage. Moreover, sauerkraut is high in fiber, which is healthy for the stomach. The journal Global Advances in Health and Medicine published a study that found anti-cancer capabilities in sauerkraut due to the presence of ascorbic acid, glucosinolates, and ascorbigans. In cancer patients, these substances lessen DNA damage and the frequency of cell mutations. The study also discovered that winter-grown cabbage and low-salt fermentation produced the best sauerkraut, containing the largest concentrations of these chemicals. Consuming sauerkraut has been shown in studies to lower the activity of enzymes connected to cancer, perhaps preventing the illness. According to Dr. Li, eating more sauerkraut can both enhance your health and lower your risk of developing cancer. Because it contains fiber, polyphenols, and good bacteria, sauerkraut is a great addition to any diet meant to prevent cancer. Kimchi.
Kimchi itself has become such a tradition that it's actually developed its own special kimchi bacteria.
Dr. Li highlights kimchi's strong anti-cancer properties. Kimchi is a spicy Korean dish made from fermented vegetables like napa cabbage, radishes, scallions, chili peppers, garlic, ginger, and a fermented fish product called jeokol. It contains many healthy microorganisms and bioactive ingredients that could help prevent cancer. Kimchi acts as a probiotic, introducing beneficial bacteria into your stomach. A healthy human microbiome contains many of the same bacteria found in kimchi, such as firmicutes, lactobacillus, and Bacteroidetes. Researchers at the World Institute of Kimchi in Korea discovered Lentibacillus kimchi, a unique kind of bacteria that produces vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 has properties that prevent the formation of new blood vessels, thereby stopping tumor growth. The fermentation process of kimchi also produces propionic acid, which improves digestive health, reduces inflammation, lowers cholesterol, and prevents the buildup of arterial plaque. Kimchi extracts have been shown to effectively kill cancer cells from the liver, colon, bone, and leukemia. Additionally, the beneficial bacterium Lactobacillus plantarum, found in kimchi, is recognized for protecting against influenza A. Aju University in Korea studied the effects of kimchi on 21 middle-aged individuals with metabolic syndrome and prediabetes. Over 8 weeks, participants were divided into 2 groups. One received fresh kimchi, while the other received fermented kimchi. Fermented kimchi had a significantly higher number of microbes. The group consuming fermented kimchi showed greater health improvements, including a 6% reduction in body fat mass compared to a 3.9% reduction in the fresh kimchi group. Additionally, the fermented kimchi group experienced a significant reduction in body fat percentage, a notable 33% boost in glucose tolerance, and a substantial decrease in blood pressure. Another study by Dongguk University in Korea examined 24 overweight women over 8 weeks, comparing fresh and fermented kimchi. The fermented kimchi group showed notable improvements, including a 5% decrease in body fat. It's important to note that kimchi contains a lot of salt, which could be harmful to those with high blood pressure or a high risk of stomach cancer. A Research Squares study examined the relationship between red meat consumption and the potential health benefits of kimchi in preventing colorectal cancer. Kimchi supplementation at moderate 5% and high 10% levels significantly prevented the formation of precancerous lesions in the colons of rats fed red meat. This suggests that kimchi consumption may help lower the risk of colorectal cancer associated with red meat consumption. Furthermore, the study showed that kimchi prevented iron-mediated oxidation and reduced lipid peroxidation in the rat's feces, indicating that it may reduce oxidative stress in the colon. By stopping the generation of reactive oxygen species, ROS, a chemical linked to cancer development, kimchi lessened the toxicity of fecal water from rats fed red meat towards human colonic cells. The study also found that kimchi increased the amount of beneficial lactic acid bacteria, LAB, in the gut and acidified the fecal matrix. LAB can reduce the risk of colorectal cancer and improve gut health. Kimchi supplementation altered colonic gene expression, increasing genes that limit tumor growth and antioxidant enzymes while decreasing those that promote inflammation. Extra virgin olive oil.
Olive oil has hydroxytyrosol that's pressed from the olive itself. All right, and the hydroxytyrosol turns out and it will activate your brown fat.
Dr. Li emphasizes the significant anti-cancer benefits of extra virgin olive oil, EVO, particularly within a ketogenic diet. Today, Greece, Italy, and Spain are the top producers of olive oil. These countries grow olive varieties rich in bioactive polyphenols like oleic acid, oleuropein, hydroxytyrosol, tyrosol, and oleocanthal. These compounds are powerful in fighting cancer due to their anti-angiogenic, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidant properties. EVO offers the best taste and highest concentration of these beneficial ingredients because it is made from freshly squeezed olives without any chemical additives or processing. A study by the University of Milan and the Istituto di Ricerche Farmacologiche Mario Negri, involving 27,000 Italian participants, found that consuming 3 to 4 tablespoons of olive oil daily reduces the risk of ovarian cancer by 32%, breast cancer by 11%, laryngeal cancer by 60%, oral and pharyngeal cancer by 60%, and esophageal cancer by 70%. Other fats, such as butter or seed oils, did not show these benefits. In fact, studies have linked butter to a higher risk of cancers in the throat, mouth, and esophagus. Extra virgin olive oils from Spain's Picual, Italy's Moraiolo, and Greece's Koroneiki olives are rich in polyphenols and have a wonderful flavor, making them perfect for cooking, salad dressings, or simply enjoying with bread. Saccharidoids are a group of bioactive compounds found in EVO that make up 46% of the oil's total polyphenol content. These substances are absorbed through the small intestine and are found in blood plasma and urine, indicating their bioavailability. Researchers in Spain have shown that saccharidoids can significantly slow the growth of breast cancer stem cells. In experiments, 20% of the rats injected with breast cancer stem cells and treated with saccharidoids did not develop tumors. Among those that did, 80% had tumors growing 15 times more slowly compared to untreated breast cancer cells. Saccharidoids from olive oil also genetically benefit stem cells. They alter the activity of 160 genes that regulate stem cells, increasing one gene's activity 13 times while reducing another gene targeting cancer stem cells by half. This suggests that EVO's anti-cancer properties also target cancer-causing stem cells, making it an essential component of any diet aimed at reducing cancer risk.